I'm going to start documenting all of my dating history so you guys can see what it's like as a single woman over 40 that's trying to date in this generation. I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months. Different people. And I know you're going to say, oh, you should choose better people. Here's my theory. High value women are not considered worthy because our standards and expectations are too high.
Here's what you need to know about dating in your 40s. I should preface this by saying I am single. I'm not going to share what has worked for me because obviously I'm still single. I'm not really interested in going on coffee or walks or just to drink dates. I only accept dinner dates.
No, 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 no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. Today's video, guys, will be about women dating in their 40s as we witness Ampu's last moments of joy for the day. Now, I'm kidding, Ampu. You like these videos, right? You like seeing women dating over 40. Well, I'll take that as a yes. Let's get started, gentlemen.
I'm going to start documenting all of my dating history so you guys can see what it's like as a single woman over 40 that's trying to date in this generation. I've been stood up, ghosted, lied to, all in a matter of 3 months. Different people. And I know you're going to say, oh, you should choose better people. Here's my theory.
Oh.
High value women are not considered worthy because our standards and expectations are too high. So men will go for lower value women because they're lower maintenance. And what I mean,
As if that's something bad. These women always, polarize this question. It's either they're high maintenance, which are the quote-unquote high-value women, or they're either these low-maintenance, dusties, women with no self-respect, who don't know anything better in life. No, actually, no. All right? The kind of women who wouldn't mind going on a date in the park with you is probably way better as a dating prospect than the one who insists on a fancy restaurant. She's probably a gold digger. So there's nothing wrong with low maintenance. When you buy a car, you always check the, how much it burns, right? The gasoline it takes you from one place to another. That's something very important to consider. And the car that is cheaper is not necessarily worse. You know what I mean? The main difference here, guys, is that these women, they are not sport cars, and that's why they're high maintenance. No, they're high maintenance because they're delusional. All right? There are no benefits to the high maintenance, only liabilities.
lower maintenance, I'm not talking about the type of house you live in or what you look like. I'm talking about your character and your integrity, who you are in your core and what you stand for, your beliefs, your morals, your ethics, your standards, your expectations. Lower expectations equals lower effort, lower maintenance. Higher expectations equals higher maintenance, more effort, more than the bare minimum. I am worth more than the bare minimum. I am worth more than a phone call or a text every few days. I am worth what I give and put out, and not that kind of putting out. I mean the time, the energy, the love, the kindness, the compassion. That all comes from a genuine place. So yeah, high value women aren't valued, because then that means we're high maintenance, and that takes more time, more energy, and more effort. A high value man would want to put in the energy and the effort. So even though you may think you are high value, You're really not. Because you're not going for what is better. You're just going for what is easier.
You are better. You are the top prize. You know, this is like she is the jackpot, gentlemen. Wouldn't you see? And if you go for any other one that's not her, you are going for the lowest hanging fruit, to be honest with you guys. Now, it's fair to look, you can have your own standards, you get to set them. My question is, guys, leave me a comment down below. Do you think she's a virgin? Because if she's a virgin, alright, you know, you play your own games by your rules. If you're not a virgin though, well, that will just imply that you are indeed going for the guys who don't text you at all times and don't like to give you a call and don't like to even invite you for dinner before having S3X, right? So if you're not a virgin and you've been sleeping around with the men who are low maintenance, I think that speaks bad about yourself. And I think the good men who are willing for a high value woman, a real one, they wouldn't settle for you, given that you are low maintenance. It's just my thoughts.
I'm not bitter or angry. I'm just tired. Tired of being stood up. Tired of being lied to. Tired of
Just tired of being so awesome, guys.
being ghosted. Tired of being misled. Tired of feeling things that are not being reciprocated.
But wait a minute, who does all of that? I mean, you don't settle for men who are low value, so who is doing all the misleading? Who is doing all the ghosting and all that? What's happening here? You said you don't entertain these men, yet it turns out you entertain them all the time. Your narrative is starting to fall apart, madam.
It's exhausting. There are some good men and women out there. But you guys gotta show up and just be yourself. And put in the energy and put in the time and put in the commitment.
And just commit to me now that I'm in my 40s. Alright, guys? Like, come on, guys. Just show up. Start doing the work. Come on now. Instead of minding your own business and fishing and going out to have a cold one with your friends, you guys, you have to commit to me. Alright? You're not living your life to the fullest otherwise.
If you're not willing to do that, then don't bother. It's okay if you don't want to. Just leave people alone.
Yeah, leave me alone, guys, she says, after actively chasing around the unavailable man. This narrative always falls apart because they say how high maintenance they are and how they will only settle for the man who really loves me, you know, Prince Charming, willing to fight the dragon. Yet they always end up, guys, chasing the bad boys. They somehow, these high value women always have a body count in the upper double digits, comprised of all the chads in town.
What you need to know about dating in your 40s. I should preface this by saying I am single. I'm not going to share what has worked for me because obviously I'm still single. However,
Oh, well.
I feel like I've finally reached a place where I'm actually enjoying the dating process. And I feel like that is an achievement in itself. So let me share my approach to dating with you. Firstly, I have been that girl that's found dating to be anxiety-inducing, stressful, upsetting. I've had to really do some work on myself, my self-worth, and some of my insecurities to be able to reach this point. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay, but you will get there. So the first thing that I do is I let the men do all the work. That's going to be so good.
I'm gonna pause it right here, guys, but I paused it 30 seconds too late. By the first 10 seconds of the video, you can already tell, without being a clairvoyant, what type of man this woman has been dating. Oh, it has been so hard, so anxiety-inducing, so chaotic. Yes, because you're addicted to anxiety. Because if you go for the good men who don't like any drama, they're focused on a family, they want to be serious, if you went for them, you wouldn't have anxiety. You have anxiety because you go for the bad man. And you could have told that 5 seconds into the video, right? And now she mentions again how she's gonna allow men to do the work. Yeah, that translation, up until this point, I've been chasing the chads. They didn't have to put any effort at all because I've been chasing them. I was the one that got dressed at 2 a.m. in the morning to travel with my car 2 hours in a thunderstorm to reach this chad's place for him to have his way with me, not even having to provide some cheap French fries. But now I've learned my lesson, and in my 40s, I'm gonna start to expect out of you guys to do the work. Invite me to the fancy restaurants, take me with your car, drive me places, have your car clean and nice, and your home as well. And I want you to own one so I can move in. You know, I'm gonna start to have all these standards that up until now I didn't have a single one for the chat. Sounds reasonable to me.
But I'm saying it anyway. Let them do the work. And by that, I mean I sit back and I allow them the space to come to me. I know it can be hard to sit back and let somebody take the lead sometimes, especially as either single moms or I'm a business owner. I'm, very much used to stepping in and getting things organized and getting things moving. However, I found that in my dating life, I really do prefer to sit in a more feminine role. And the kind of man that I want to date is that traditionally masculine man. So
this is like a joke. She wants the traditional alpha male, guys, the one taken from 2 centuries ago. Yet, she's a single mother, and she's also a boss babe, right? She gets the bread, guys. She still wants you to pay the bills, though. But hey, she wants, in the relationship to be in her feminine role. So this is like Schrodinger's womanism. She wants to be more than an independent, but at the same time, when it's convenient to her, she wants to be in her feminine role. Translation for that, you are always going to be the one to blame. Everything wrong is going to be because of you, and everything right is going to be because of her. Everything that suits her, she's going to like it. Everything that doesn't suit her, she won't be feminine about it, right? But what you get as a man is the toxic femininity, the bad aspects of femininity, and the good aspects of femininity, you get none, because she's independent and empowered.
So by sitting back and allowing him to initiate the contact, by allowing him to plan the dates and get in contact with me, allows me to assess what kind of man he really is. What I have found through doing this is that the men who are not particularly masculine, they can get a little bit frustrated and see themselves out. The ones that are the kind of men that I want to date, they really enjoy it.
Yeah, guys, you see, now you're not masculine if you don't commit to this woman, all right? Now, I know the truth hurts, but if you're upset, it's, again, because you're not masculine. See, because being masculine is providing for a single mother in her 40s. That's what being masculine is. And if you're not willing to pay for all the other men's entertainment in the past, if you're not willing to pay for what other men have used as a somewhat better enhanced version of an S3X doll, you are not masculine, as it turns out.
The second thing I'd say that is really important is to just have a full and busy life of your own. I keep myself so busy with my friends, with my businesses, with my girls, with all the other things that I'm doing in my life. If a man is not calling and planning dates with me, I don't really even think about it because I'm so busy doing other things. The 2 men that I went on dates with recently, they have both tried to book me in for another date, but I've just been so incredibly busy, and it's not a game that I'm playing, it's actual fact. I am just that busy, and what it has shown them is they need to be proactive. They need to plan this in advance if they want to see me. The third thing is I'm not really interested in going on coffee or walks or just a drink dates. I only accept dinner dates.
Yeah. And there it is, guys. The jokes write themselves. Now, it's not a joke. She's being serious, but it's just hilarious. This is just... It's so absurd, guys, that it becomes a joke. Now, I could stop the video every 5 seconds to make fun about what she said, but for the sake of the video, I won't do that. I'm sure you're already laughing your behind off. Let us just continue the show.
And I realized that there are people who prefer to just have a quick drink just to check if there is a vibe there before proceeding forward. However, I prefer to talk to somebody for a little bit longer before I actually meet them. Have a few phone.
Yeah, guys, that's why the dinner is there for. It's not because she wants to get a free meal. It's just, you know, when we have drinks, we're really not getting to know each other. I need like a Red Lobster and some red wine, you know, so I can get in the mood of talking. You know what I mean, guys? It has nothing to do with the price or with having a free meal, as it turns out.
calls, definitely lots of texting, maybe a FaceTime to see if there is a spark in chemistry there and an interest. And if at that point they are not asking to take me out to dinner, that's not the man for me. And after that, I may not want to go for dinner. So I guess that is probably my way or my version of the coffee date or the quick meet. And then if there is that interest there, you
they give you free meat, if you know what I mean.
have that beautiful romantic first night meeting. This is how somebody who is such a hopeless romantic wants to start a relationship. I don't want to start it with a walk. Finally, don't go on the dating apps every day. Dating apps are consuming and you want to go for quality over quantity. So my suggestion is match with a couple of people, take the conversation offline once you've established there is an interest, get to know them over a couple of weeks, and then go out to dinner with those couple of people before you then go back on the apps and meet more people. I definitely think you should be seeing a number of people at the same time. So definitely don't go one for one. However, it is all consuming when you are trying to establish a bit of an interest in someone to have other options flying at you as well. And if you don't make dating the full focus in your life, you will find you will just be a lot more relaxed about it and you'll find it incredibly enjoyable. If you have any other questions, please.
No, please shut up already. I don't want to hear more. Sweet heavens, guys. This has to be probably the worst advice we've covered on the channel, probably in the last year. Even if I try, right? If you gave me a blank sheet and you told me try to make the most clownish narrative about dating, I wouldn't have so much imagination as to do so, right? You cannot pay me. I cannot do it, guys. I don't have it in me to say so many outlandish and clownish things in the span of a few minutes. I really don't even have, I'm a loss for words on how undateable this woman has become, to the point where there's not enough money on this world to probably make just one of you be interested in this woman. All right, and every guy that dismisses her, honestly, is not dodging a bullet, but is dodging a cannonball. But now, gentlemen, let's move on to our Reddit article, which is quite disturbing. So this guy, Mountain March, says, why do women continue going on dates with the person knowing that they don't like that person? My sweet, innocent summer child. This guy says, I went on 3 dates with this girl and come to find out she knew from date number 1 that she didn't want a relationship with me. Women always decide based on the first dates, or even first moments, by the way. So now I'm just trying to understand why she did this. And now she wants to be friends as well and has a boyfriend. So massive red flag there. Let's just check on the first few comments. Icy Extension says, sometimes people think the person is going to grow on them. I've done this in the past. Mostly it stems from having a history of not giving people enough of blah 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 blah. Second guy here, Alx dot whatever, says, some people don't know how to say no. Some people like the attention, validation. Some people are people pleasers. There isn't any way you could absolutely know if someone likes you, like you like them yet. Personally, I would organize the first 2 dates, yada yada, blah blah, bunch of horse crap. Shut up already. I cannot believe that there are still people so naive in our society. This has only one answer possible. It's not because they're people pleasers. It's not because they don't organize themselves or whatever. No, it's because they are opportunistic vultures. That's what they are. Or life-feeding vampires, right? They want to suck out the blood of you. They want to milk you for all the resources possible. Now, when it comes to women, that is attention. It's not only money, it's also attention. It's also validation. Notice how she has a boyfriend, yet she wants to be friends with you. Now, any self-respecting woman will not be entertaining other men if she has a boyfriend, right? She just wants to keep you as an option. We're not talking about a friend that she knew from like a decade ago, right? I'm not saying that women, once they get married, should have no male friends. I'm just saying that there's a difference between friends. And some random guy she went on 3 dates with doesn't qualify as a friend. He qualifies as a potential option. That is why she's trying to keep him around, because you never know. Because these women, guys, again, are absolutely vulture-like. They want to have the cake and eat it too. They want to have multiple options. And these are the type of women that the moment they leave their boyfriend, the moment, guys, they have already like 7 options and they are with one of them the very next morning. All right. This is the only acceptable answer to this question. I really cannot believe that there are some men talking horse crap in the comments. No, this is the only reason. But you let me know, guys. Do you agree with that? And we'll cut it short here because the video is quite long already. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for joining me and Ampu. Leave me your comments and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.